Hello, my name is Amelia Coley. I am the director of the debt program at the Volunteer Lawyers Project of Central New York, and in partnership with the Educational Debt Consumer Assistance Program. This video is meant to give an introduction to the upcoming IDR account adjustment deadline and steps that student borrowers can take to make sure they take full advantage of this program. We'll start with going over the current federal student loan programs that borrowers might have. The current programs are under the umbrella of the William D. Ford Federal Direct Loan Program. They include direct subsidized loans, in which the government may cover unpaid interest during certain periods, direct unsubsidized loans, in which this interest is never covered, direct Grad Plus loans for graduates and professionals, which are unsubsidized loans, Parent Plus loans, which are for parents of undergraduates and which are also unsubsidized, as well as direct consolidation loans. Borrowers may also have loans under retired programs, such as FFEL loans or Federal Family Education Loans, which were guaranteed by the federal government, but did come from banks. FFEL loans may be commercially owned, or they may be owned and serviced by the Department of Education. There are also Perkins loans under the Federal Perkins Loan Program, which were subsidized by the federal government and offered directly to borrowers from the schools. These loans are still managed by the school that granted the Perkins loan. If you're not sure what type of loans you have, you can take a couple of steps to determine that. For federal student loans, you can access loan information on the Federal Student Aid homepage at studentaid.gov with an FSA ID. If you do not have an FSA ID or you have problems accessing your loan information online, you can call the Federal Student Aid Office at 1-800-433-3242. If you have private student loans or institutional debt, these will not appear on the FSA website. You can pull your credit reports or look at correspondence from your lender or servicer to determine the loan. You can also pull your credit reports for free once a week at annualcreditreport.com. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about traditional repayment plans as compared to income-driven repayment plans. Traditional repayment plans are the default plan that borrowers are enrolled in following graduation or upon entering into repayment. These are more predictable as they are often a set amount through the life of the loan for standard plans, and payments are based on the loan amount, interest, and the duration of repayment. There is limited flexibility in adjusting these payments and no real opportunity for forgiveness, as the idea is that the borrower will pay off the entirety of their loans at the end of the repayment plan. These might be standard, graduated, which means that the payments start off lower and get higher through the life of the loan in anticipation of the borrower's income also increasing, or extended up to 25 years. Income-driven repayment plans, on the other hand, are more affordable and are based on the borrower's income. Depending on which IDR plan the borrower is enrolled in, forgiveness can be possible between 10 and 25 years of payments. And it is required to be enrolled in an income-driven repayment plan if you are seeking forgiveness through the IDRF, Income-Driven Repayment Forgiveness Program, or PSLF, the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. A benefit to an income-driven repayment program is you can adjust for payments when your income changes, either increasing or decreasing. They do require annual recertification and income verification, and it is possible that interest may accrue over the period of repayment. It also has a slightly longer repayment period than traditional repayment plans, which means it can take a little bit longer to become debt-free. The different income-driven repayment plans that are available are the Savings for a Valuable Education Plan, or SAVE, Pay as You Earn, or PAY, Income-Based Repayment, or IBR, and Income Contingent Repayment, or ICR. Now, public service loan forgiveness is one of the programs that is very much affected by the upcoming income-driven repayment account adjustment. The original program rules for PSLF provide for forgiveness of loan balances for borrowers who make 120 qualifying monthly payments if those payments are on time and made in full. If the payments are made after October 1st, 2007, if they are made towards direct loans, and the borrower makes these payments while enrolled in an income-driven repayment plan, while working full-time or an average of 30 hours per week, and if the payments are made while the borrower is employed by a government, nonprofit, or other qualifying public service employer. The other forgiveness programs to know about is the Income-Driven Repayment Forgiveness Program. All IDR plans that we went over on the previous slide do offer full loan forgiveness if you pay into them for 10 to 25 years. And there is no employment requirement for this program. Qualifying payments under the original IDR forgiveness program rules include periods of in repayment status on any IDR plan, any payments made for the standard 10-year fixed plan, periods in economic hardship deferment, and the time of the COVID forbearance from March 13th, 2020 until August 31st, 2023. There is an upcoming deadline to take full advantage of the income-driven repayment account adjustment. And this adjustment is meant to give borrowers more credit towards both of these two forgiveness programs and count payments that otherwise would not have been included under the original rules. The IDR account adjustment gives borrowers more credit towards forgiveness, and this is true even if no payments were made or if the borrower is not enrolled in an IDR plan. You might get additional credit for periods in repayment, time spent in forbearance of 12 consecutive or 36 cumulative months, most deferments prior to 2013, and economic hardship deferments from 2013 or later, and even months prior to loan consolidation. Borrowers who do consolidate their loans will get the longest payment history applied to their balance if they have different repayment histories. This means if someone has more credit toward IDRF or PSLF on one loan over another, they will get the longest payment history applied. if they consolidate their loans before the end of April. Borrowers will not get credit for time in an in-school deferment, grace period, or default. The only exception to this is borrowers who are in default, who use Fresh Start to bring loans back into good standing. Credit may be given then for months in default during the payment pause. And remember, if you are seeking public service loan forgiveness, you still must meet the employment requirement. So, what should you do to take full advantage of the account adjustment? There are 3 simple steps to make sure that you get full credit. First, if necessary, consolidate your loans. Consolidate your non-direct loans or loans with multiple payment histories. And definitely, if you have non-direct loans, such as FFEL or Perkins, you'll want to consolidate these loans into that direct consolidation loan discussed earlier. To maximize the credit towards PSLF and IDRF, you'll want to consolidate direct loans with different repayment histories. However, if you are a Parent Plus borrower, there are some additional steps you may need to take. So please contact us at the Volunteer Lawyers Project or any EdCap representative in your area to seek assistance before applying for consolidation if you are a Parent Plus borrower. Remember, the deadline for consolidation is April 30th, 2024, but you only need to submit the application by this deadline. You don't need to have confirmation that your loans have been consolidated. After consolidating, you'll want to enroll in an IDR plan. So you want to make sure you explore your options. There are calculators online that can help you compare plans by plugging in your income and calculate what your monthly payment will be on the different repayment plans available. We do think that SAVE will be the best option for most people, but it's not universal, and it may turn out that Pay, IBR, or ICR may be the best repayment plan for you. And unfortunately, ICR is the only option for Parent Plus if those loans are consolidated, but there may be some loopholes or ways to get into the SAFE program regardless. It is simple to enroll in an IDR plan, and you can do that as part of the consolidation progress or just at any point if you want to change plans at studentaid.gov. And remember that you must enroll in IDR to continue accumulating credit towards forgiveness, whether that be the SAVE program, which can forgive loans between 10 and 25 years, Pay in about 20 years, IBR 20 to 25 years, or ICR in about 25 years. After you're all set up in your repayment plan, track your progress on the studentaid.gov website. Currently, PSLF borrowers can track their progress on Mohila with their tracker, but this will transition in July 2024, which we'll discuss on the next slide. And soon, borrowers seeking forgiveness through IDRF will be able to track their progress as well on studentaid.gov. There are a few changes coming to servicing for borrowers seeking public service loan forgiveness. And starting in July of this year, the Department of Education will manage qualifying payment counts for this program directly. A dashboard will be created on your FSA account at studentaid.gov where you can track your payments for this program. Starting May 1st, Mohila will no longer display their PSLF trackers on their website, And so we do strongly recommend that if you are seeking public service loan forgiveness and have been tracking your progress on Mohila, that you download your information from your tracker by the end of April of 2024. Between May and July, the Department of Education will temporarily suspend processing of public service loan forgiveness employment certification forms. So unless you believe you will reach 120 qualifying payments between the months of May and July of 2024, we recommend that you wait to file your updated certification forms until after the transition. If you do think you will reach 120 qualifying payments during these months, you can still submit your forms using the PSLF help tool and selecting electronic signature by your employer, but know that the response will be delayed. After this transition, Mohila will continue to provide other servicing functions like payments, billing, repayment plans, forbearance, and deferment requests. And for more information about these changes, you can visit studentaid.gov. I mentioned earlier that SAVE would likely be the best option for most borrowers. So we're going to go into some of the benefits of the SAVE plan now. One big benefit of the SAVE plan is that there is an interest subsidy, and interest will not accumulate if the required payment does not cover it. This is not a feature that's available on any of the other repayment plans, and it will help stop loan balances from increasing over time, especially for borrowers whose income is low or moderate compared to their loan balance. Another important feature is the forgiveness component. Beginning February of this year, borrowers with original loan balances up to $12,000 may receive forgiveness after only 10 years. For every additional $1,000, 1 year of repayment is added. So if someone has an original loan balance of $13,000, they may receive forgiveness after 11 years, and so on and so forth. All direct loan holders, except for those with direct Parent Plus loans, will be able to enroll in the SAVE program. And borrowers with non-direct loans, such as FFELP, Perkins, or HEAL loans, can consolidate to access SAVE. There are also additional benefits coming in July that will reduce payments for certain borrowers. There's also a couple of additional forgiveness programs you should know about. We've already touched on the income-driven repayment forgiveness program, as well as the public service loan forgiveness program. But another important program to note is the borrower defense to repayment. And this is especially important for borrowers who were defrauded by their school or someone whose school engaged in misconduct. There may be a way to have these loans discharged or forgiven. There is a very specific long process to apply for borrower defense to repayment. But you can get more information on studentaid.gov or by contacting us at the Volunteer Lawyers Project. Additionally, the total and permanent disability discharge may be an option for borrowers who are disabled. To be eligible for discharge under this program, the borrower must have a disability that prevents them from engaging in substantial gainful activity, meaning that it prevents them from working and earning enough to support themselves and being able to pay their bills and loans. We may be able to assist with the process of evaluating your case and determining if you are eligible for a total and permanent disability and discharge. So please contact us if you think that this may be an option. Finally, we're going to end with some resources and links if you are interested in reading some more information about anything we discussed today. You can find more information from the FSA website, from the EdCap website, find information about the different repayment plans on offer and the loan simulator, and more information if you are a Parent Plus borrower. If you have any questions about this video, or if you'd like some assistance with your federal or private student loans, please contact us at the Volunteer Lawyers Project of Central New York. You can reach us by phone at 315-234-4583, by email at debt@vlpcny.org, or visit our website at www.vlpcny.org. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube.